Go ahead and get started. Thank you, media, for joining us for our 5 p.m. update, power restoration in Shelby County. We have our VP, Gail, VP of Community and External Affairs, Gail Jones-Carson, and Director of Public Works, Robert Connect. Gail, if you would please kick us off. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us this evening. And we're going to give you an update on where we are with the power restoration process at MLGW. And also Robert's going to give you an update from the city's Public Works Department. So right now we have about 132,000 customers still out. Initially, we had about 146 who were impacted. And that's about 31% of our customers who are without power. Someone asked earlier, how did this compare to the 1994 storm? During that time, we had about 80% of our customers out, and they were out for about 3 weeks. Of course, we don't expect to have our customers out that long, but someone had asked earlier, and I'm just bringing it to your attention just in case some of the others might want to know that information. So right now we have 50 MLGW crews working, contract crews, tree trimming, and we are working quickly and safely to restore the services for our customers. Our employees are working 16-hour shifts. They are working 24/7 to quickly and safely restore the services for our customers. Our customer service center is open for calls. We don't have a close time now because we're trying to be available for our customers. Anyone who has an outage, they must call in. And our outage reporting number is 544-6500. 544-6500. It's absolutely important that they call in because once it gets into our system, then they can call back and get updates on the outage. As a matter of fact, if they download the MLGW app or have their My Account, they can, or get text alerts, then they can easily and quickly be updated on where their outage is. So Robert, do you want to give some information and then we'll just take questions?
Yes, thank you, Gail. So the city is responding obviously with its snow and ice operations and our tree removal operations from the public right-of-way. We have been experiencing a high number of trees that have been down. It's basically in the same scenario that MLGW is facing with down trees. Right now, we have a report of 225 down trees across the city in the public right-of-way. We have executed our tree removal program. So we have our crews who are not in snow and ice operations who will be working 16-hour shifts to remove trees from the right-of-way. We also have brought on some contracted services to increase that capacity so we can address those trees more expeditiously. We do foresee, though, that it's going to take multiple days, given the inclement weather conditions, to clear the right-of-way, but it will be, again, on a 16-hour shift until we can get all those trees removed. Our snow and ice operations is on a 24/7 schedule. So we have crews operating our salt spreader trucks. They'll be working throughout the night to address any roadway conditions. But again, we focus primarily on our major thoroughfares, and bridges and overpasses on those major thoroughfares are the primary responsibility for the city. We work closely with TDOT to ensure that all those roadways that are shared, the state routes, and any state highways, we assist TDOT as much as possible as well with providing services and treating those roadways. And then lastly, one thing that to be clear, the city does not go on private property to remove trees. I think there was some misunderstanding on the public side that what the city doesn't do, and we only remove trees from the public street only. So I think I just want to clarify that in case there's been some questions from the public about what the services are provided.
Okay, so we can start with questions. Raise your hand and I will address you. Okay, Sam, we'll start with you.
Guys, thank you for taking the time again. Have we reached the peak of the outages, or would MLG&W expect that we will see further more than 33% of customers actually without power as the day goes on today, and we may not see it peak until tomorrow?
Sam, it's very difficult to determine whether or not what the peak is going to be, primarily because as the temperature continues to go down and trees and limbs continue to fall, you know, the services are going to go out. Like, for example, let me give you, we gave you numbers earlier. So around 2:30, a tree across the street from my house, it fell and hit and knocked out almost 3,000 customers. So with those kinds of things continuing, it's very difficult for us to give you, when we're going to peak, because we really don't know. Hopefully, we are hoping that by Sunday, things, will be better. The temperature is supposed to be, I think, up in the 40s Sunday. So so everything should start melting. But then once the ice melts and the ground saturates, then the one problem we may have is the roots of the trees may come up out the ground, and then trees will fall, probably in our lines, on homes, on cars, and then we will have more outages. So it's very difficult to say right now, Sam, when we will peak. It's just really difficult.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. I don't see any other hands. So I guess we must, okay. I see Lisa, channel 5.
Gail, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, so what do you anticipate as far as, you said there's like 100 and you've gone down to, what is it? Number you said 132,000.
Yes.
What do you anticipate how long it will take to get that power restored? Just, I know we have people asking us, so what kind of timetable are you looking at?
Well, it's very difficult to say on that as well, primarily, but we do have employees working around the clock.
Okay.
And we are taking the largest areas that are the most damaged. We're knocking those out first.
What areas are those that have the most outages?
Well, actually, they're all over Shelby County right now. Okay. It doesn't, based on what we've looked at, it doesn't appear that any one area is, more damaged than the others, but it's just all over Shelby County. But, our crews are working. So it's just, let me just be real honest, that this is not going to be a quick restoration process. It is not going to be quick. Our customers are going to be out a few days. And how many days it's going to be, I don't want to say, because I don't want to be held to that, but it's not going to be quick. We have ice on the streets, trees are still falling, limbs are still falling. Our employees have to work safely. We have called in outside crews, they are here. We will have more outside crews here tomorrow. So we're bringing in all the manpower that we can get all of our employees, all hands on deck. We are working. Any other questions? Okay, this is C. Blank.
Hey, this is Christopher Blank at WKNO. This may have been asked earlier this morning, but we are a year away from last year's big storm. How does this compare to last year in terms of power outages? And are you worried about any water issues?
Well, at this point, we're not worried about any water issues, but last year we had a number of unprecedented freezing cold days, just unprecedented, not just in Memphis and Shelby County, but around the country. And because we had so many freezing cold days, pipes began to burst in our residential customers' homes, and businesses, and some of our underground pipes burst. So in addition to going from those freezing cold temperatures, then we went into a water situation, a water boil situation. So hopefully we won't get there. And right now we have no reason to believe that we're going to get to the point where we did last February.
Were there sort of the same number of power outages with the freeze last year?
We may have gotten close to 100,000, but not to where we are now. But right now, remember, we don't have pipes burst everywhere. That's not the problem we're having. What we're having now, trees and limbs falling into our lines. That's the problem right now. Last year, we had a problem with burst pipes. We're not having a problem right now. So it's a different issue.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do I see anybody else's hands? Okay. Sam, you got any more questions? Okay, who else is this?
I have another question for Director Connect. What would you expect that the streets would be relatively clear by the end of the day tomorrow, given that the precipitation has stopped?
No, with 200 trees down, it's going to take us multiple days. I would imagine it's going to take us at least to the weekend to clear all those trees up. And like Gail had mentioned, I don't think we're done. I think we're going to have more trees to continue to come down throughout the rest of the night. It's going to be very cold, and these trees just have a huge burden on them with ice loading. So I foresee it going to be tomorrow before hopefully the number of trees that are going to fall down will start slowing down. So that's my expectation anyway.
And I do want to mention that our call center is open. We don't have a close time right now because we're trying to be available for our customers, but I do beg and please that I ask that customers only call for, we are only taking calls for emergencies, only for emergencies. And if you can wait for information about your bills or other bill related matters, please wait, because we right now just want to deal with the emergencies tied to this storm. And the emergency number is 528-4465. And that's for gas leaks. That's also for down power lines, anything that you see that is dangerous. Please please call 528-4465. If customers see down power lines, please stay away from them. They can be dangerous. And if you have an outage, please call 544-6500. You must call and get your outage in our system so that we will know that you have an outage. You can't assume that we know that you have an outage. But if you call the number, call it in, then we'll have it in our system, and then we can give you updates on the status of your outage. So it's very important that you call in and report your outage.
And I would add that you can use the 901-636-2525 if you need to report a down tree in the public right of way. That's our Office of Emergency Management, and they'll help communicate that to us. So they are staffed up on a continuous basis as well until no longer needed.
What's that number again?
It's 901-636-2525. That is the Memphis Office of Emergency Management.
Also, the city of Memphis has opened some warming centers, and at Marion Hall Community Center at 4791 Willow Road. And anyone who needs transportation to the center should call the Office of Emergency Management at 297-1680, 297-1680. And that's if anyone needs a ride to the warming center at the Marion Hall Community Center, 4791 Willow Road.
And I believe that's MATA providing that service, to be clear. That's
Is it MATA's? Okay.
MATA's providing that service to anybody who needs to get to the warming center.
Yeah, okay. But they do need to call the 297-1680 number, right?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Arlenia is on. Arlenia can confirm that, but I believe that's correct.
Arlenia?
She may have to follow up.
Okay, she's on mute.
Oh, hi. Actually, the Warming Center moved to the Hickory Hill Community Center.
Oh, it moved. Okay, we need to update
Yes, it has moved to the Hickory Hill Community Center.
Okay, so do you have the address, Alania?
Yes, give me 1 second.
And transportation is available for anyone who needs to get to this warming center.
Okay, and that's again, it's 297-1680.
Yes.
And Gail, one more time, what's the number to report outages? Just outages?
The number to report outages is 544-6500.
Okay, that's what I had. Great.
The Hickory Hill Community Center is located at 3910 Ridgeway Road, 3910 Ridgeway Road, 38115.
Thank you,
it's
Robert.
expected to get, it's expected to get really cold tonight. And so if a person's or family's power is out, there is a warming center for you to go to. And transportation is being made available.
Okay.
Yeah, they are saying MATA, it is MATA's number. That is the right number. To contact MATA, they are coordinating it at 297-1680. That is correct.
Okay, Kelly, your hand's up.
I apologize, Gail. I came on the call, so I'm in some trouble with the links. Can you give me a quick update? I know we are expecting some outside crews. There's some concern about them being able to get here. Were they able to get here, and do we have numbers?
Okay, so right now, Kelly, we have a total of about 50 crews, and that includes contract crews, tree trimmers, and we do expect to have some more tomorrow. And we haven't heard that they are having any transportation or any other kind of problems getting here. So we are expecting more crews. We're going to get as many crews in here as we need to quickly and safely restore the services of our customers. But right now, and we have crews coming from different parts of the country. Illinois, Kentucky, other areas.
That number 50 is, those are outside crews, just.
That's internal and external crews.
Okay, all right.
So Kelly, is your hand is still up? Do you have another question?
No, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm lower my hand.
Okay, so let me see.
Yeah, I did want to mention that the Mayor Strickland has declared a severe weather emergency. That is on the city's website. If anybody wants to access that, it has been posted on the city's website if someone would like to get and read that and have access to it.
Okay, so I don't see any other hands. I do want to mention again the emergency number for our customers to call is 528-4465. Our outage reporting number is 544-6500, and we do ask that customers only call to report outages at this point, outages and emergencies at this point. We're trying to make sure that we get this power restored, that we get the information in the system so we can get to our customers quickly and safely to have their services restored. Robert, do you want to say anything else before we leave?
No, I think that's enough. Thank you for the opportunity to talk today, and we'll look forward to giving updates in the future. Okay, is Arlenia on? Arlenia, do you have anything else you might want to add before we leave?
No, ma'am. I think we pretty much covered everything. Thank you so much.
When will you brief the media again? I'm sorry, just for planning purposes, when do you expect the next briefing?
Well, it will be tomorrow, Sam.
Okay.
We don't have a time yet, but we definitely will have another briefing tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
And it'll be before noon.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Be safe.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe.